Do I have PTSD? Why am I getting angry at nothing? I can't seem to think straight. My sleeping habits have changed and the nightmares keep me up. I was an extrovert, and now I can't stand being around anyone. Does this sound like you? It definitely is me. Hi, I'm Harry. I'm diagnosed with PTSD after an accident years ago. Today I want to share with you how I started my journey and where it has taken me in this adventure. At the end of this video, I'll share some quick practices that I do every day to make it a little bit easier. Disclaimer: I am not a therapist, psychoanalyst, psychiatrist. I never played one on TV even. If you need immediate help, remember, pick up that phone. Call 988-911. Call a professional. Remember that you matter to everyone around you. In fact, you matter to me, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. So what is PTSD? The National Institute of Health says that PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is a disorder that develops in some people who have experienced a shocking, scary, or dangerous event. In other words, it's trauma. Something happened in your life that has stressed out your nervous system to the max. Your mind, your body, didn't understand how to cope with it, and it's rewired all the different processes and responses. When my accident happened, I thought the end was near. Everything was over. I couldn't go on any farther. I told my wife and my primary care doctor. That was the first and best step I took in my journey to understand and enhance my knowledge of what was going on with my mental health. So what is PTSD to me? I have what I call non-military PTSD. So many of us have ultimately made the stigma that it is only for service personnel. Shell shock is one of the words, but it comes from any type of trauma. Intense and disturbing thoughts, reliving the traumatic events and incidents, the feelings that can last a long time after the fact. Feelings of sadness, anger, fear, just some of the emotions that are all over the place. Triggers that elicit extreme and unexpected emotions in response to trauma. The flight or fight response. Something engraved into our minds as an automatic reaction to stress. It's an important factor. Intrusive thoughts, avoidance of people, places, things that are reminders of the trauma. Negative thoughts and changes in habits caused by that. Changes in your physical and emotional responses to almost anything. I've experienced most of these, if not all of these. Remember, we are all different, and we go through these categories in surprisingly different ways. How has it affected me? Panic attacks, anxiety attacks, unexpected bursts of emotion, depression sleeping, avoiding contact with others. Am I scaring you yet? It scares me every day, even now talking to you. I'm always fighting or learning about what triggered me, how I can define it, fix it, or just run away. That is my journey. Learning about myself. Sort of a Harry 2.0. Features, not a bug. I started with cooking and grilling as a way to handle the pain and escape from intrusive nightmares and flashbacks. My friends and family really liked my recipes, and it resulted me in taking their advice to branch out with it. I started with an Instagram account, gained a good following, but something wasn't fitting. I really only cook for the family here at the house. I can't take a job as a short order cook because of the physical chronic pain I endure. My recipes are just what I find online, with a twist, an addition, a subtraction of ingredients. I'm not Gordon Ramsay, but I do swear more than he does. Plus, I have other passions, hobbies I'd like to share. 3D printing, painting, indoor and outdoor gardening. These are just some of the pastimes that I take great delight in doing. I found that I can use my grounding techniques through these pursuits and find comfort within. The plus side is that I can share my adoration of these recreations with you, as well as how they help me and could possibly invigorate you to find your means of expression to combat your demons. Breathe. I know so many people have told you to do this, but it is the best method I start out with. I took my kid to watch the Star Wars movie Rise of Skywalker years back. I missed half the movie being in the lobby or the bathroom. A panic attack. I remembered at one point to start slow, deep breaths through my nose, holding it in, then breathing out through my mouth. One tried and true practice is the 5-5-5 breathing technique. I swear by it daily. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds holding, 5 seconds out. You can do it longer. You can do just part of it. But in my opinion, it's easiest to keep with the procedure. Counting is another one. I recall the first time I used this method, I was laying in bed. I may be smiling about it now, but it was the most exciting thing ever. I just read about it like a few days before. I was in terrible pain. I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't focus. My breathing was erratic. My eyes were darting around. I saw the door of my closet. Just a regular 6-panel door. I counted the panels. Then I counted the individual facets within the panels. Started doing math equations after a while. Now, I'm not a smart man, as Forrest Gump would say, but my brain is now back to a speed that I could handle. My breathing, even a bit of the pain, had subsided to a point where I didn't think I would die. It's amazing how that worked. Again, something I do all too often, but it helps tremendously. So, the whole point of the PTSD is to find control. You are in control. Yes, you are in control, whether you believe it or not, of your mind and soul. You just need to learn from your PTSD experiences and process how to work with that brain rewiring. Think of yourself as your own electrician. Your task is finding that short, making things work correctly again. You may not be able to go back to your old self, but you can always go forward.